Good morning, YouTube family and friends. Today, Friday the 13th. I don't believe in superstitious, so it's just another day. But anyway, um, just touch up on a couple of things real quick. Back in November, if you all can remember, there's a lot of rah about uh, Dwayne Wade and his son Zaya with her the changing legally changing her name and gender change. And what I just saw, this actually came out 2 days ago, but y'all know I'm a little late. I was just reading it. Miss Funches Wade, which is Dwayne Wade's ex-wife and the children's mother, found something in the divorce decree to help her fight against Mr. Wade because he really fighting her on this. And what she found in the divorce decree is okay. I wrote me some notes, y'all. The mother of Wade's transgender daughter Zaya Wade is objecting to the attempt to legally change Zaya's name and gender. Radar Online has obtained the 2011 divorce agreement that stipulates Wade must get approval from his former wife when it came to any decisions regarding Zaya's health. It states Wade should not only discuss but obtain input from Ms. Funches Wade, which is the mother, when it comes to the major decisions affecting the care, welfare, activities, health, education, and religion upbringing of both children. So Mr. Wade cannot ignore that. You know, he has to abide by the divorce decree. Okay, moving right along. Rest in peace to Miss Lisa Marie Presley. Um, if you all haven't heard by now, she passed on the 12th, which would have been yesterday, um, due from cardiac arrest, which is another term for heart attack. She was rushed to the hospital on the 12th for a possible heart attack, and she later on passed away, and her mother announced it. Miss Priscilla Presley announced the death of her daughter. She died at the age of 54. Rest in peace, and condolences to the Presley family. Well, to Priscilla. And Lisa also had a brother. Priscilla had a son. So condolences to the children, siblings, the parent that's living, and other family members. So shout out to Big Vi Opinion and Sinister Stain. I jumped in Big Vi's live podcast. I jumped in his chat when I got up for work. I hopped in. I just spoke because I saw he was live. What I do, y'all, when I go on YouTube, whoever live, it could be 5 people live. The first person I see live, that's where I'm going. You see what I'm saying? So I saw Big Five Opinion was live. I jumped in his chat and spoke. You know, let him know I got to go in the bushes. I can't chit chat. I got to get dressed for work, but I'm listening. And we already knew this. You know, the Kale sector. I already knew this, but it was just a little interesting for it to come up again, and I just felt like I should share it on my panel. Well, in my video, because I ain't got no panel going on right now. So, why we here? We're going to start with why we here, why we even in this sector, period, with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. So, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly started challenging the label in regards to his masters. For those of you who don't know, when the real I Admit song debuted back in like 2019 or something like that, he spoke some lyrics in that song, something like, I gave y'all 30 years, now y'all trying to kill me. He was talking directly to the label. Okay. That's a no-brainer, but I just thought I'd throw it in there. I'm really doing my opinion or giving information from Big Val Opinions live tonight. I'm just piggybacking off of him. I ain't doing nothing but repeating what they said. I just jotted down what they were saying, and I'm just bringing it here. Okay? So, we all know this case is really not about young black women and young girls. It's solely based around R. Kelly's catalog. Okay, so now I'm gonna start right here. Born into the 90s. That album debuted in January 1992. It's at its 25th anniversary. Okay? The 25th anniversary of Born into the 90s was where it's past it. Was January 2017. That's the early stages of the BS. That's when it started coming down the pipe, y'all. Down the pipeline. That's when it really began. After the 25th or around the 25th anniversary of Born into the 90s. Okay, they call it the silver anniversary. I think that's when the artists really like get the rights and the publishing rights and all of that once they hit that 25th anniversary. See, the label is making the majority of the proceeds off the artist until he hit a certain mark in his career. And that's when he's supposed to really get the fruits of his labor. You know what I'm saying? Although they live a lavish lifestyle, but it's still the label, the company, making the most money. I think they say the artists only make like 2 or 3 cents off each album sale. You know, it's all broken down like that. And the artist actually gets the least. That's crazy to me, but that's how it is. November of 2018 was the silver anniversary for Born into the 90s. And exactly 1 month later after that, they decided to premiere Surviving R. Kelly. Okay. The third album, self-titled, November 1995, it debuted. It debuted. The silver anniversary of that, meaning the 25th anniversary, was November of 2020, which happened to be the election year. Okay. And it happened to be the presidential election year where they were voting for the presidents. And several key Senate and congressional seats that has directly or indirectly referred to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, which means he was being used as an election tool and a political pawn as well. It's deep, and it's a whole lot of players in this. Take down, people. Pay attention. The added bonus was Aaliyah. Okay, Aaliyah's first album debuted in May 24th of 1994. And the silver anniversary would have been May 24th of 2019. Now, ain't all this ironic, y'all? Just listen. 6 weeks after that silver anniversary from that album, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly gets locked up. Not only Born into the 90s hit its 25th anniversary, but it hit its 30th anniversary last year. Okay? So Born into the 90s hit its 30th anniversary last year. Okay? Now this year, 2023, Sparkle's first album, which was wrote and produced by Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, and Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's fourth album, the R double album, both are set for their 25th anniversary also known as Silver Anniversary this year. Now the sidebar. Let's not forget about Whitney, Mike, and Prince now. Let's keep them in mind now. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the connection. Here's the connection. Whew, okay. Oh, 1 second. Okay. The connection would be, okay, Sony Music Publishing, Universal Publishing, and Warner Brothers Publishing all have connections to the documentary that is responsible for infiltrating the public mind. For infiltrating the public's mind. They changed opinion, y'all. They got the public against Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. They made the public feel he's a pedophile, and there is a large history of dealing with underage females and girls. Now they want to bring men into play. We never heard about men before, but now they bringing men into play. It's like they want to drag this man face all up in the mud. Okay? They changed the public perception on this man. Okay? As I stated before, I hate saying this word. All of this was strategically put into place. Okay? This was the ultimate setup / frame that we probably will ever witness. It's been going on since the beginning of time, but this is my first time witnessing this. Prince and Mike tried to tell us about it. We didn't believe it, or we didn't understand it. But here it is, opening up right before us in our face. We can't ignore it this time. Okay? We can't. So, once you're in the business for 25 years, I believe, allegedly, you could demand your masters back. So it's like the label owns your masters up until you make your 25th year in the business. So they locked him up to stop that. Okay? They tarnished his legacy and basically spit in his face and say, we done with you. We done used you enough. We don't need you no more. And they use people from the same nationality of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly to do it, and that's the sad part, Senator Sane broke it down, y'all. Okay, it's like 5 to 10 different companies that gets paid off RSK Music. Okay? So basically, when Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly says, I'm no longer going to allow you to use me as your mule. I'm not going to be the mule for your companies. I'm no longer writing and publishing and creating, other artists. Like, just give me my masters and let me hit the road. I'm ready to go off on my own. And they basically say, no, nigga, we can't hang you like we used to in the day. And since we done killed Mike, Whitney, and Prince, we can't kill you. So we gonna come at it a different way. Lock your ass up for life. Yeah. So, the question is, how did Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly promote his music and brand without the label? The label promotes the artist, y'all. The label is the enterprise. Like, for real. How could you say that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly built and operated an enterprise and just not include the label? The music label is the promoter, period. They own all the publishing, but they receive no charges in a racketeering case. That's crazy. How you got a RICO case, but you only got one man incarcerated. You only put charges on one man. That's not a RICO. That's their own RICO that they built. that they invented, that they swayed the public with. Okay? Okay, so now, here go the connection right here, y'all. Universal is owned by Vanity. And Vanity owns Banner J. Banner J partially owns the Budem, I could be saying it wrong, y'all. Budem Emery Productions and Creative Incorporated. Okay? So these three production companies is responsible for producing Surviving R. Kelly. Okay? Those three companies. They all in cahoots together. Sony has a joint venture with BBC Studios. Their venture is called Sony BBC Earth. They also have a joint venture with A&E, who owns Lifetime. And I think the other name for it is Lifetime Latin America. Walt Disney and Hirsch, you know, the Hirsch rental car, that corporation also have a 50-50 split in this. They all own A&E. It's a lot of players and corporations involved with this, y'all. And how we're going to break that down by going into what we're going to label as corporate America. Okay, when talking about corporate America, you have board of directors in these corporate companies who all own stock in each other's company. Okay? That's why there are so many corporations affiliated with this takedown. They all buy stock in each other's company, and that's how they keep their power. Whoever owns the most stock owns the majority of the company. You see where I'm going with that? And I'm repeating what I got off Big Vi opinion, what he got from Sinister Sane. So it's like a domino effect with this takedown. It's a lot of big, important, key players in this. These are the owners of these corporations that has all put their heads together and infiltrated the public and came out with a documentary just so they could be able to take this man shit. That's all this about. Okay? Just fuck them with no Vaseline. That's my terms of it. Okay. I think I covered everything on my end. Oh, did I mention that did I mention that this year 2023 will mark the silver anniversary for Sparkle's first album? I think I did. I spoke on that. I did. Yeah, I spoke on that. So I covered all my little notes. You know, I wrote this down as I was listening. We've all heard this before, but I think what Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly speaking on the BOP officer that accessed his personal information over 153 times and gave it to Tasha K. It's really disturbing to him. Just for him to know that not only have these people took a part in this takedown of having him incarcerated. Now you got employees from the BOP putting their 2 cents in. You know, so since Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly making noise now, I'm finna start making noise with him. We gonna just take it back. We gotta unfold this case all over again so the public can understand it. Because see, what's probably happening now is, now that he's went on a channel that never really cared about him in a positive way and spoke, possibly got people now want to know, okay, what's really going on. So they may start coming over to the kale sector so they can kind of, because if you weren't in the sector, a lot of people really just didn't care, y'all. They didn't care, you know. And now they probably, because I've always cared, but what made me come into the sector was surviving lies. Like, no, no. Anyway, YouTube family and friends, I really hate to just cut this live like this. I wasn't quite finished, but I am at work and I have to cut it right now. I got a situation. So love, peace, and happiness. Talk to you all soon.